Artemis is the second novel released by Andy Weir, the author of the brilliant and spectacular The Martian, who I am a very big fan of. The Martian, released in 2011, was a breakout hit for Andy Weir. Before that, he released multiple small things self-published, and you may not know this, but The Martian itself was also self-published. This book takes 6 years to come out after The Martian was released. Unfortunately, I'm here to tell you that I have no fucking idea why this took 6 years to come out if he was working that hard to have it live up to the accolades that The Martian had received. Artemis follows Jazz, a young woman who lives on the first ever colony on the moon in the year 2080. She is a porter and a smuggler. Jazz gets caught up in a massive criminal conspiracy and heist that she is hired by a local billionaire and criminal to pull off. She is forced to use her so-called brilliance to get out of these situations that she ends up actually just creating for herself. See, the thing that's so disappointing is that this book actually has a lot of potential. It's a sci-fi novel that doesn't get too outlandish and too crazy for somebody like me that rarely ever ventures into that genre. It has a really interesting premise, and it comes off of a man who has shown his skill when it comes to sci-fi novels. The unfortunate thing is that it has so many small little things here and there that take you out of the experience and make you dislike the main character that by the end of it, I found myself desperately wanting to like it because it has a lot of good parts, but unable to like it. The main character, Jazz, is the biggest drawback of this book. Andy Weir is a great writer, but he does not know how to write women properly. He makes bold choices that don't really work out, and honestly kind of make me cringe. She has absolutely horrible lines. Lines such as, "The city shined in the sunlight like a bunch of metallic boobs." What? I'm not a poet. They just look like boobs. And, "Sure, I have a nice body, but I wish it had been a little bit more of an effort to become so trashy." Also, probably the most prominent and repeating theme of the book is aggressively slut-shaming Jazz. Like at one point, she comes across her inventor friend who only agrees to help her if she tests out his new condom device on somebody. Other small things that kind of take me out of this is that Andy Weir goes out of his way to be culturally diverse, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's rather obvious that he's doing it. The ending of the book itself is also extremely unsatisfying. Like, it ends in the most stereotypical way, but it's not how it should end. I don't want to spoil anything, but Jazz gets away with a lot of shit. And like I said, by the end, you're not even really rooting for Jazz. In the end, I don't necessarily feel like I wasted the hours that I put into this. It's not grossly terrible, but it does feel like a first draft of a novel with a lot of things that should have been worked out, and people should have spoken up to Andy and told him, hey, this stuff is horse shit. And I just find it hard to believe that it's coming off the same man that wrote The Martian. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 10. It's up to you if you really want to read it. But thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out my other reviews.